Hello. I hope that you're having a great day so far. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today I want to talk to you about accepting the authentic you. Don't let fear and rejection hold you back. Don't let it hold you hostage. Don't let it stop you in your tracks. So, my name is Leslie Godet, and I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients learn to spot their triggers so that they can manage their emotions and get back to what's really important, which is pursuing their dreams and aspirations and turning their visions for their lives into their realities. We don't need our emotions controlling what we do, controlling how we live our life. We don't want that. We want to be in control of that, correct? I hope that you feel that way. So, good morning. My name is Leslie Godet, and as I said, I'm an empowerment coach, and I want to talk to you about accepting your authentic self. How do you do that? We often find ourselves doing things to fit in, and a lot of the time we change who we really are for fear that others won't like us and that possibly they'll reject us. That fear and rejection. So fear and rejection oftentimes makes us put on a face that's not true to who we really are. It's not unique to us. It's like when something happens in a community, for example. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about something a little bit negative for a second. And people talk about a neighbor as if, wow, he or she was such a nice person. I'm shocked by this. This is not the person that I know that you're describing. So, because that was putting on a face to hide behind who they really are. You can really influence people by putting on that face, but you're not being true to who you are. And it takes so much work. It takes so much work to be something that you're not. We also have a fear of being judged or criticized, and so we're fearful of showing our true selves. We become closed off to others, and we find ourselves not creating those lasting, deep relationships because we're fearful of being who we authentically are. I'll go a step further. Have you ever met that one person in your life, maybe more than one over the course of your lifetime, depending how old you are, that when you started talking, you felt like you knew each other instantly already so deeply, and you felt that great connection that you could talk about anything and everything, like that person just got you and you got them? Well, that's just because in that moment, you both let down your guard and you allowed each other into your personal space and you shared your true, authentic selves. There was no fear of rejection stopping you. So how do you go about accepting the authentic you so that you show up as that person every day? Well, number one, know your value. In order to know your value, you must believe that you are valuable. I'll repeat that. You must believe that you are valuable. You have to have some, self-worth about yourself. You got to believe that you are good, that you are valuable, that you are worthy, that you are deserving of good things. In an article that I was reading yesterday, it went on to say that to leave an impression on the people that we meet, we must first leave an impression on ourselves. And what that means by that is your self-talk. How do you talk to you? What do you say to yourself around your value and how you are valuable? I'm going to actually stop for just 1 second because I need to silence my phone so that it doesn't interrupt while I'm trying to share with you about being your authentic self. Good morning. Thank you for joining. So, what do you say to yourself around your value and how you're valuable? Like, what do you tell yourself daily? If you believe that you're worthy, then you're worthy. If you believe that you deserve to be happy, then you deserve to be happy. If you say, though, that you're not worthy and you say it enough, you're going to start to believe it, and it's going to become your reality. The more you say negative things, the more you draw negativity towards you, that becomes your reality because that's where you're living. You're living in Negativeville. You will not attract opportunity if you're like that. You will not attract the types of people that you want to meet. You will not attract abundance, and you will not attract the lifestyle that you want to live if you live in Negativeville. If you want to be authentic to you and you say that you value yourself, then you have to manage your emotions and your self-talk. That little person inside of here that no one else can see or hear except you, and that you are giving the voice to. So you're either letting your inner villain tell you that who you are and who you should show up to be every day, or you allow your inner hero to take charge and say, you know what, inner villain, so-and-so, let's just say her name's Karen. Karen's not listening to you today. Why? Because Karen's listening to me, which is the positive Karen. Karen doesn't need the negative Karen telling her who she is, because it isn't true. Okay, so number 2, begin your day with gratitude. So important. Put yourself in the mindset of being grateful for everything that you have, no matter how small. It could be just, being grateful that if you have children, that your daughter or your son smiled at you today, or they laughed uncontrollably at a joke that you told, or they got, really good grades in school, or maybe they came to you with a problem and they trusted you. Do you know what I'm saying? Being grateful for everything. You need to end your day also, number 3, ending your day by celebrating your wins. Bring your focus to what's good in your life. Celebrating your wins, again, can go back to what you're grateful for. Again, going back to your children coming to you with a problem. They feel that they can trust you. They're leaning on you and looking to you for guidance. That's a win. That means that you're being a good parent. That's a win. So celebrate your wins. The more positive that you become, the more you focus on positive things, the more happier you'll be, and the more that you will step into being and enjoy being your authentic self. The one that you're not afraid to show everyone that you meet. That's a good person inside of you. Don't be afraid to show who you are for fear of rejection. Because maybe that's not your person, the person that you're showing your true authentic self to. That's okay. Not everyone is for everyone, right? So the people that you resonate with will resonate with you. So then number 4, guard who you let into your life and what you allow to influence you. Be very mindful of those who you let into your inner circle. The people who you let into your inner circle are so important. I call them your tribe of friends, the ones that you are ride and die. These are the ones that will uplift you, support you, encourage you, listen to you, not judge you. Those are the important people. Now, you don't need the negative person in your life always whispering in your ear every time that you share something, share an idea, share a hope or a dream, and they're bringing it down a notch because they're saying they're giving you all the negative things that could go wrong. With life just happens. So things change, and you don't have control over things, but you can still have goals and dreams and aspirations, and they should always be something that you should strive for, and without somebody in your life who's whispering in your ear telling you all the bad things that could go wrong. So be very mindful of who you allow into your inner circle and allowing to influence you. You want the right types of people with the right mindset. If you're on a path, a journey of your own where you're trying to achieve something, you want people who understand you and will encourage you along your path, along your journey, not bring you down. And to go one step further, guard your time well. Be mindful of where you spend most of your time and with who. This also can even be applied to social media. We have our phones. I turned mine off. We have our phones. We live with them. It's just a fact of life. My phone goes everywhere with me. It is part of who I am. I get it. But I have to also learn to be able to control my screen time. I don't want that to influence how I live my life. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I hope you do. So you can ask these questions of yourself. Are you spending your time well with those that fill your cup, charge your battery, the ones who uplift, support, and encourage you, the ones you can be real with and show your true self, and they don't judge you. Those are the types of people. They encourage you to go after what you want and offer support when you need it. That's what I mean about your tribe. Or ask yourself this: are you spending time with those that drain your cup, drain your battery? The ones who constantly question everything that you do as a waste of time, and they discourage you from following your dreams or setting goals, because oftentimes it's because they gave up on their own. They gave up on their own dreams and aspirations. And they don't really want you to succeed, because that means you're evolving into a better version of you. And that will make them have to take a look in the mirror and reflect on who they are being. And they don't need any reminders. Or they may fear being left behind, because you know what? When you level up in your life and you start finding yourself drawn to people like-minded who are leveling up in their lives, sometimes the people feel left behind. Those are not keeping up with you in the way that you're changing. And change is okay. And sometimes people are only in your life for a season or a reason. Okay? And then there are those that are with you from the very beginning to the end. But they have to be in the same like-minded state that you are in, right? Crazy thing is, a lot of the time, these naysayers are often the closest ones to you, like your family members, your cousins, your closest family members, like your mom, dad, your siblings, and then relatives like cousins, aunts, uncles. You just never know. And even those you deem to even be your besties, someone you may have grown up with thinking they're your best friend, but now things have changed because you're evolving and your best friend isn't. And that's okay. It's your time to shine. Don't let someone else's dim light dim yours, okay? Napoleon Hill once said, the number one reason people fail in life is because they listen to their friends, family, and neighbors. Instead of listening to themselves, instead of listening to their intuition, to their gut, you need to start listening to you. Take time to actually really listen to yourself and what it is that you're trying to achieve. So the number one takeaway here is make sure that you start to seek out those people who fill your cup, uplift and support you, and charge your battery. Make sure that you surround yourself with that tribe of people who are going to do this for you. This will help you become more confident with who you are, feel more confident in the skin that you're in, and become more confident to step into being and accepting your authentic self. Okay? Number 5, be authentic with your decisions, with your decision-making process. Your decisions must be true to who you are. This comes down to your core values. Do you have yours? I have often spoken about this. Do you know what core values are and how they can shape the person that you are becoming? I have 4 core values that I live my life by. I try every day to make sure that whatever I'm doing aligns up with my 4 core values, which are integrity, empathy, kindness, and courage. Because to me, doing the right thing is super important. That's number 1 on my list. Empathy, having, empathy for someone who's going through something and being that shoulder to lean on, that listening ear without passing judgment. Being kind to other people, being kind to animals, and trying to be as much to be kind to my environment as I possibly can. And being courageous enough to step outside of my comfort zone and go for what I want in my life and help others as well. So having true and real core values that line up with who you want to be will help you to learn to make great decisions. Again, I'll give you one more example around decision making for me on social media. When I'm scrolling through my social media feed and I'm looking just to see what's happening out there in media land, I will typically not like, share, or comment on a post that's negative because it doesn't align up with who I am. I will just pass that right on by. I do not need to give that any focus or any of my energy. So that's one of the things that I do. So again, having core values based around who you are, who you want to be as a person, shapes your actions, which in turn will create habits, which in turn will build your character, which is how you become your true, authentic self. So I'll repeat that. Having core-based values around who you want to be as a person shapes your actions, which in turn will create habits, okay? Which in turn will build your character, which is how you will become your true, authentic self. Having core values based around who you want to be as a person shapes your actions, again, because what you do reflects back on the things that you say that you are. When you create habits, they become just second nature to you. And then it builds your character and you become that better self. And you become true and authentic to who you want to be and who you say you are. So making your decisions without taking into consideration what you stand for as a person can get you into trouble. I'll give you an example. Something comes across, again, your social media feed, and it's negative, and you're thinking, do I or do I not react in some way by liking, sharing, or commenting? Again, as I gave you my example, this will help you will guide you when you know what your true core values are. So I'm going to go back through it. By aligning yourself, to align yourself as a true, authentic person, the person that you want to be, you need to know your value. And you need to say to yourself that you are valuable. The only way for you to know you're valuable, to know your value, is to say that you are valuable. Okay? You need to know your value. Number 2, begin your day with gratitude. Just be grateful for everything in your life, no matter what it is. Like I said, I was talking about kids earlier, but it could be as simple as getting up in the morning and breathing. Like you are alive. This is a great thing. End your day, number 3, end your day by celebrating your wins, no matter how small. It could be even just, you could be a new parent and your baby smiles for the first time. Wow, that's a win because you were there. You were there in the moment when that happened. Do you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how small. Actually, that's kind of momentous because, I can't imagine what it's like to have kids. I didn't have any, but that's okay. It wasn't meant to be my journey, and that's all right. Number 4, guard who or what you allow to influence you. Make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people who have your back, uplift, support, encourage you, and try to limit the time you spend with people who are in Negativeville so that you don't get drawn into that. Number 5, be authentic with your decisions. Make sure that your decisions line up with your core values. Who you are as a person or who you actually want to be as a person can help you determine, your core values, which will then help you with your decision making. And by doing all of that, what's really great about that is that when you have your core values, which are based around who you want to be as a person, it'll shape your actions, which in turn will create your habits, which in turn will build your character, and then this will be how you will become your true, authentic self. I hope that this was helpful for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of you coming on today. It's a joy for me to be on here and sharing with you just things to help you become a better version of you, because I want you to not only love the life you live, but I want you to start I want you to love the life you live, but I also want you to live the life that you love. Because a lot of the time right now, we're not really in that headspace. There could be things that we can tweak. And I want to go a step further then. If you're not liking where you are right now, you have the power to rewrite your story and pick up the pen and just start writing again. Who do I want to be? Put that down on a piece of paper. Who do I want to be? Because I can be who I want to be if I apply myself, right? They say apply yourself in school so that you get good grades. So it's the same thing here. If you want to level up as a human being, that's all you have to do is apply yourself to the things that you want in life. And then you can become authentic and then start accepting your authentic self so that that's the face that you show all the time. And you're not afraid you're not afraid to not show who you are. You're actually feeling like excited to be showing the community, to be showing the people in your life that this is the new and improved me. I try to improve every single day. I try to level up every single day. So on that note, I just wanted to talk to you. I am going to actually be talking more about things like this in my new upcoming VIP group that's going to be launching on Sunday. I'm super excited. It's for those of you who don't really want to have to pay the coach's price, but you're getting the coach's feel, okay? So they'll have community. There's going to be some weekly worksheets, which I'm really excited to get started on. And there will be monthly challenges. And on top of that, you'll get to talk with me live on a monthly Q&A. You can ask me anything, all for a very low price. It's not going to break the bank, I promise you. This is going to launch on Sunday. I'm super excited to be able to share this with you. It will only be open the first week of the month, and it'll be closed down until the first week of October, just so that I can be mindful and respectful of the people who are a part of the group, so that we can focus. I can focus on them, helping them not only to manage their emotions, but spot the triggers that get them in that emotional state in the first place. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. Please help me by sharing this video so that I can help others. And if there's anything you want to hear about, please DM me, because I love to share. As you can tell, I love getting ready for my lives with my whiteboard so that I can share with you to make your life a little bit easier, maybe put a smile on your face, and have you have a better day. So again, thank you so much for watching. My name is Leslie Gaudette. I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients spot their triggers so that they can manage their emotions and get back to what's really important, which is pursuing their dreams and aspirations and turning their visions for their lives into their realities. Again, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.